Hey, welcome to Leaving Crazy Town with Finn and Sarah.
Hey everybody, Happy New Year. We're going to do a special New Year video today about looking forward, looking kind of assessing what's going to work, what's not, who's
What's on
responsible.
the horizon for us? You can think about what's on the horizon for
Yes.
you.
Thinking really about what would you like to happen in 2025? And I mean, obviously New Year's resolutions, people do them, but we're going to also look at what gets in the way, right? I mean, I know I've read articles on people starting fitness plans, and I think it's 21 days when everybody goes, what was I thinking? So it's like 3 weeks, and then it's like,
People go in hard.
I'm going to start eating ice cream now. So let's look at we're going to both give examples of what we're going to work on 2025, and we'd like you to think about have you had some goals or ideas about what you've wanted to accomplish or get done, but what stops you? What gets in the way? But give us, sorry, I know I'm screaming.
Yelling at me. All right, so yeah. I was thinking on New Year's Day when I woke up. Mm-hmm. I'm a New Year's baby, by the way.
Yes, happy birthday.
100% Capricorn. Anyway, I was thinking back about how every year I would make New Year's resolutions. Mm-hmm. And I'd be like, I'm going to lose 30 pounds. I'm going to lose 20 pounds. I'm going to exercise more. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Every year I had things. And this year, last year, I don't even remember what happened around New Year's. But this year I was like, nope, my New Year's goal is to stop doing things. I'm going to stop comparing myself to others.
Oh God, I'm almost crying. I know, I always say that.
Just always almost crying.
I'm almost crying.
Because I'm always like comparing myself physically or whatever
Comparison kills joy.
to other men, whatever. I'm like, no. I'm gonna just be in my zone.
Yes.
And then I'm giving up working on food or weight or finances because I'm always like, I've got to do this and do that, whatever. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to listen.
Listen to your internal voice.
I'm going to try to be aware.
Your intuition.
If, something comes up for me, fear or whatever, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to look at it. I'm going to clear enough out and love myself enough that I can hear what's right for me.
Oh.
And that's what I've been working on already, pre-January, whatever. And I gotta say, feels pretty good.
Oh, God.
Definitely feels good. I definitely can get riddled with fear or whatever. And so forth. And the things that I see getting in the way of this for me,
please,
are my old patterns.
Okay.
Maybe putting on a shirt that doesn't fit the way I want it to, or seeing somebody who's super, like I saw this guy the other day on social media. He had a bathing suit on and he had 6-packs, abs, and I'm like, I gotta get that. I gotta get it now. But I have to say, whenever I'm on that mission to like fix something,
yes,
I'm only seeing it as broken.
Yes.
And it's that much harder for me to show up and do the work because it doesn't happen fast enough. If I see myself as already having 6-pack abs,
yes,
as already like feeling fit, and I engage in that feeling good about myself today, I find myself going to the weight bench, going for a walk, doing things, making food choices that are better. It's because I'm not like in a critical state of I've got to change something.
Yes.
So I'm done changing stuff. I almost was going to start it with, this year I'm not working on me. Have fun, people. But that's not really what it's about. It's working on
loving yourself,
loving myself,
accepting yourself,
not listening to old tapes that were created. I mean, I have years and years of financial stuff from my parents, years and years of like money shame. If I have it, I feel bad, I give it away. If I don't have it, then I feel bad and I can't tell anybody.
Right.
If I have it and I think I'm going to lose it, I spend it, so therefore I lose it. I mean, all this insanity.
Right.
And same thing with food and weight, I don't notice that I've gained weight until it's at critical mass.
Yes.
And then I shame myself.
Yes.
And, I compare and today I'm just like, I don't know. We talked about sitting with the uncomfortable.
Yes.
And for me, like the shirt I have on, it feels good up top, but if it gets around my stomach, it's like got a tire. So I'm like, I'm going to deal with the uncomfortable, right? Like,
yes.
what I like to do is leave the building and pretend, if I get so uncomfortable, I just am like, leave my body. Don't think about my finances. Don't whatever. So instead of like focusing on that stuff, I'm going to just allow the feelings to pass. If I'm uncomfortable, whatever. Yeah.
Oh my God. I just like, all right, first of all, when I first came in to see you, I wanted to say I love that shirt on you. So I'm just saying that. And that's not because of what you just said. Like the blue is your color.
My girlfriend said that this morning.
Okay.
So I was already like going to cover it. And then I'm like, nah.
No, it looks awesome.
Thank you.
All right. This reminds me of two things.
You know why though? You might think it looks good on me and my girlfriend did.
Because you feel good in it?
Because I feel good because I'm not focused. Like I know if you guys saw the tire, I mean, I try to do the film so it's up higher. But, I see the weight around my waist. I don't like it or whatever. But instead of focusing on that, I'm like, I'm going to feel, I like how it feels up here. It feels good. And guess what? The tire thing is there. I'm not uncomfortable with it. I'm uncomfortable with you seeing it.
Yes.
So then I wear baggy clothes.
Good distinction.
And I hide myself. I'm not hiding me. I'm just going to be me.
Good distinction. Oh my God. So many good things. And I know you guys can relate to this because first of all, food and body issues, I'm not a scientist and I haven't done an exploration of this, but I imagine many New Year's resolutions are about body
the gyms are packed.
Okay, the gyms are packed. Yes, I know that's a thing. So I'm sure some of you can relate to this. And you know what? This makes me think of two things, bud. One is, I don't know if you guys know a book by Pam Grout. She's written a bunch of great books about changing our thinking, right? And she tells a story about this woman, and I think her name's Anita Moorjani.
Oh, I know Anita Moorjani. I actually met her. Margaret and I went to a workshop that she put on. It was amazing.
Okay, so her magic is that she's this person that had cancer throughout her body, right? Yeah. And again, I'm not a MD. And she was told she's going to die, blah, blah, blah. And she decided, I'm going to start crying.
She technically did die.
Yeah, right. She decided, though, to just start loving herself and loving her body. And from what I've read, and you can look this up, she's written a book about it. She started telling herself, she'd look at herself, I think, naked in the mirror, like 3 times a day or something. And she'd start saying what she loves about her body, not what she doesn't. So when you just said, I'm going to focus on the things I love, like that's what she did. And long story short, you can guess it, cancer gone. Okay, and I'm simplifying, but really.
It was so gone that the doctors didn't believe it.
Yes.
And they're like, please let us continue to give you treatment.
Yes.
And she realized, like, she didn't want to do it because she didn't want to take chemo knowing she had no cancer.
Right.
But she realized she loved her body enough that chemo wouldn't even touch her. So she agreed to actually do treatment for a little bit, even though there was nothing showing up on the scans, but the medical professionals didn't believe it.
This is so wild that I just bring her up and you saw her. I mean, it's not...
That is wild. I had no idea she was going to say that.
No.
All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to do we'll do your video, and I know we never say next, but we'll do them both, and I'll post them back to back.
Let me just say one other thing. All right, because we're going to wrap this up. But so loving yourself and how this related to codependency is so often, it's funny because I just wrote an article, you guys, which I'll tell you when it comes out, on the correlation between pain, physical and emotional pain, and codependency. And I really did a great job, I'm going to say, because I gave lots of examples and people that have talked about this and experts on this topic. And there's huge correlations. And why am I even saying that? Because now I've lost my train of thought. I know, because we're talking about loving ourselves, and codependents very often put themselves last, and we don't take care of ourselves because what are we doing? We're focused on everybody else's thoughts, feelings, behaviors, bodies, fitness, whatever. Our husbands eating potato chips, we wish they weren't, whatever. So really, codependency is about bringing the focus back to you, bringing the focus back to loving you, and whatever it is, food, fitness, whatever, we're going to say, think of one thing, just one, that seems reasonable that you want to do for yourself in 2025 that is around taking care of yourself and loving yourself.
All right, I wasn't wrapped up yet.
Okay, go ahead.
Because what I wanted to say about the body was being transgender, and before I transitioned, I spent years hating my body,
Yes.
hiding my body, leaving it, like never looking in the mirror,
Yes.
not being pleased with what I see. And I actually do what you're saying about Anita Moorjani does. Like, I look in the mirror, but mine's more like I walk by the mirror and I'm like, what's up? You know, like, and I do change my attitude because I'm happy finally with my body. But what I still wanted to do, and I actually talked to my therapist about this, was what I was still doing was comparing myself to
Yes.
other men and being like, because I had a vision in my mind of what I should look like. And you never know when you start transitioning what parts of your body will change, what won't, you know. So I was always thinking about the vision I had,
Yes.
and comparing myself in my mind to what I think a man should look like. And my therapist said, start looking at all men.
Yes.
Not just the ones that you envision.
Yes.
So I started and I'm like, wow, everybody is different.
Yes.
So it became a lot easier for me not to be so focused on a role or like my roles. I mean, not
The stereotypes,
not,
too. Yeah.
Not the stereotypes. I was thinking more body types.
Oh, body
right?
types.
The role on my body, instead of focusing on that and looking, like, I'm now looking at short men, heavy men, skinny men, bald men, hairy men, men without facial hair and everything. And I'm realizing it's everything. And what I was trying to do is wedge my body to be something it may not necessarily be able to be, as opposed to what it is. And that acceptance it like brings the focus back to me.
Yes.
Not like I'm not like this or I'm not like that.
Yes.
Or people aren't going to like me because of this or there. Because that's what it's all about. Like there is a level of getting to a certain weight where your knees might hurt or something. But most of my weight issues and my appearance issues had nothing to do with how I was feeling.
Got it.
They had to do with what I was thinking other people were feeling about me.
Got it.
So that whole piece of letting that go.
Yes.
And, you know, so maybe like eliminating the stories you tell yourself about what other people are going to think and, you know, believe. You see a lot of overweight people, they won't eat in public.
Right.
And yet they're really overweight.
Right.
But somehow, like one of the books I'm reading, they talk about like somehow you don't want to eat in public, but everybody knows you're obviously eating because you're heavy.
Right.
So what is that? Like, stop hiding in shame, you know, releasing the shame.
Yes, absolutely. All great stuff. So this video, we're going to say the idea is to really love yourself. Focus on, I know what I was going to say. Focusing on what you like about yourself, not what you don't like. Like, that's a lot of it too, right? We're always focused, like if a day goes by, what do I focus on? The things I didn't do rather than the things I did do. So a lot of what we're going to be talking about is changing our thinking for better results. So start really working on when negative thoughts come up, change them into a positive. If I think something negative about a part of my body, think about the part of my body I really love. Turning the thinking around, because we're leaving.
We're out of here.
We're leaving.